Yes, sir. Welcome back to the second segment of the ShakeBack Sports Show right here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. It's your boy Willie Epting Jr. Holding it down, baby. Rolling solo. You already know what it is, man. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on all social media platforms to include X. Well, not X. Twitter. Instagram TV. I see you guys out there checking me out. Facebook, of course, and LinkedIn. Thank you guys so much, man, for your support of the vision as we continue to rock on and rock out, man. We got so much more to get into. Big day. Thank you for doing dope engineered things behind the scenes. What's up, the real sweet Leah T? I see you out there on Instagram. Good morning to you. Stay tuned because I got some stuff that's coming down the pike, and I really want to get your comments out there on social media about this. All right, just in case you missed it in the first segment, yes, indeed, the Dallas Mavs, the Boston Celtics game or NBA Finals 2024 version, it is on. I got the Mavs in 7 for various reasons, some of them which are unknown to me, but be that as it may, it is what it is. We're going to get into the NFL, hopefully before the end of the second segment. If not, we may try to get to that in the third segment. But I've got a story to tell. And before I actually get to the story that I'm going to tell, let's go ahead and take care of these bills. This second segment is being brought to you by Front End Sports. Front End Sports, since 2022, it is dedicated to empowering athletes, teams, and organizations with cutting-edge social media, merchandising, and NIL strategies to help your brand through innovative and personalized solutions. Our team consists of experienced professionals with diverse backgrounds in sports, marketing, design, and technology, and they all share a passion for helping our clients succeed and unlock their full potential. Make sure you go to frontendsports.com. Holler at my homegirl, Pat Evans. She is a gym, y'all. And I don't mean a gym YM. I don't mean a JIM. I mean a GMEM. I can't spell. I'm trying to be funny. All right, Big Day. So I got a story to tell. And everybody, unless you are like so just not into anything that's going on in the country, in the United States of America, we've had a former president on trial for various fraudulent crimes, and the charge came down some time ago. The indictment came down some time ago, and then earlier in the week there was the conviction, and there's 34 of them, 34 counts, and all guilty counts for Mr. Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee. And I'm not trying to be political when it comes to this, ladies and gentlemen, but I do have a story to tell. And it of course, it involves things that I have seen, things that I have experienced, things and names that I have been called. And understand that I've lived in various parts of the country for different parts of my life. The first part was in Oakland, California. The second part was in Monroe, Louisiana. And now the latter years, of course, now in Dallas, Texas. And out of all of those three places, Oakland, California is easily the most liberal, probably followed by Dallas, and then Louisiana coming in, of course, third. And don't get me wrong. I mean, Oakland is, to me, and people out there that know me, they will know that I'm going to say that Oakland will forever be the foundation that created the Willie Epting Jr. that you see before you. Monroe, Louisiana was the place that I was molded and learned a lot of things in regards to a lot of different stuff. Dallas, Texas is where I have grown up and matured as an adult, as a man, as a Christian, as a father, and as a husband. But this last week and the set of events that have surrounded the conviction of 34 counts against the former president, I'm not going to be one that's going to close my mouth. I'm not going to be one that's going to be intimidated. You're not going to be able to use slurs and racial epithets to shut me up. You're just not going to be able to do it. God has gifted me with the talent to speak on a myriad of different issues without going over the line. Now, have I gone over the line in the past? You can best believe that I have. I'm not going to go over the line with this because I don't have to. I'm going to show some things that I have been from comments of people that have actually gone over the line. And the part when I talked about in being a mature Christian or having matured in Texas as a Christian, that evidence is going to be exemplified by what I show you here in just a moment. And again, people can put me in a box, or they can try to put me in a box by saying that I am anti-Trump or I hate Trump, of which somebody actually told me on social media that I hate Trump and it's okay. And I was like, look, you know me better than that. You know I don't hate anybody. What I hate is racists. I don't care what color of a racist you are. And really and truly, if you define the word racist, a person that is in the minority cannot be a racist. They can be prejudiced, but they cannot be a racist. So I hate racism. I hate prejudice. I hate favoring one group of people over another because of the color of their skin. So to me, what that does, ladies and gentlemen, for the people out there that want to say, well, you're a racist too, Willie. Well, no, I'm not. But I tell you what I do hate. I hate those things. And I don't care what color you are. I just happen to be an African American or a Black American or an American that has a darker shade of color than the majority of Americans. I can speak on it. I can frame it how I want. And if you want to continue to try to put me in a box, then you're going to grow weary and tired really, really fast. You know why? Because I am not the man that I once was. I'm not. And there's certain things that you can say to me now that you couldn't say to me then, because it's not going to have that type of an effect. The only thing it's going to make me do is call it out. Now, I'm going to put some social media comments up on the screen from this past week. As a matter of fact, I actually posted myself. What did I say? I said 34 criminal convictions, or 34 count convicted felon, 3 times married, womanizer, caters to white supremacists, tax fraud, and a cheat. Tax cheat and fraudulent is what I said. Name me one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, that I just said that is not a fact. I'll wait. I want to know one of those things. Oh, the sweet leet. Okay, my bad. Leet. I got you, sis. Name one of those things that I named just now that is not a fact. Name one of those things that he has not been found guilty of. Name one of those things that he has not been criminally convicted for. That's what I want to know. So what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, is, and I'm not a lawyer. I do not play one on this show, but I do have a lot of common sense and I have a lot of life experiences. And so by me saying the truth, and then I said, yeah, this is the type of dude that we should want all of our daughters to marry. That was the final headline. That's the last thing that I said. And trust and believe, It came in like a flood. Somebody said it's better than the piece of S that we got in there now. And I was like, really? So name me a crime that Joe Biden has been found guilty, that has been charged, indicted, put on trial for, and convicted of. I'll wait. And if he has, then throw the book at him too. That's what I'm saying. You can be pro one thing and not necessarily be anti the other. That's what I mean when I say that. So name me one time that has happened. Couldn't do it. But what they did do was deflect. I said, okay, I agree with you. Biden may not be the best candidate out there. Do I trust him? Absolutely not. I trust no politicians. But how are you going to tell me? How are you going to tell me that the one dude who's been suspected of a crime is worse than the dude that's been convicted of a crime? That's what I don't understand. So I put some comments out there and I was like, yo, you messing with the wrong G, because I got a worldwide audience. And I don't say that with the attitude of bragging. I say that because I worked hard for the last 12 years to get to the point to where I am in this business, and I've accomplished certain things, and I've been able to teach myself how to do a lot of things when it comes to production and engineering and hosting shows and creating content. That's the only reason why I emphasize worldwide audience on times where I need to emphasize it, because of things like this. And I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to talk about it. So this is a couple of responses from what I said in regards to the headline that I wrote. And then Russell Ledbetter says, you just described half of Congress, many former presidents, and 70% or 75% of all CEOs and businessmen. Please drop the white supremacist bit. It's tired. They are few in number and just a bunch of clueless dolts or dolts. I don't even know what dolt is. At the end of the day, all I care about is who is better to run the country. It's not a mortality contest or morality contest. It might be a mortality contest. With that being said, I would absolutely love to have someone with high moral character as president, but I don't think the media would allow it. They are corrupt to the core. So my response was, Russell Ledbetter, you have your opinion and I respect it, and I have mine. I would never drop the white supremacy talk as long as it exists. As a media person myself, I can attest that I am not corrupt. And I agree, there is corruption to a degree of what you describe. But where is your proof that it's 75%? And if they are guilty, then they need to be held accountable. I was with you until you said, drop the white supremacy bit because it's tired. I'll tell you what, when we are tired of people giving voices and platforms for white supremacists, then we can drop it. I need to know if there's anything wrong with that response. You can tweet me, you can IG me, you can smoke signal me, you can text me, email me, I don't care. I need to know what was wrong with my response, because there was another one after that, and it basically said this. You're right, Willie. White supremacy is widespread, but in a previous post, he said it's few and far between. Hell, it's every day you see it. I mean, come on, it's obvious and doesn't mean it needs to be discussed. Why does it need to be discussed? Is it uncomfortable for you? I mean, if you're tired of it being discussed, then why don't you do something to help it out? So then you go on to say the white man enslaved the black man and not vice versa. That's a newsflash. Hell, you need to thank us for bringing you to America. Otherwise, you would be killing the F out of each other in Africa. You blacks can't govern your way out of a paper bag. By the way, I worked with white South Africans in Iraq who had been in either an Angolan or Rhodesian war. They gave in to the reconciliation, and South Africa has gone to S. So F off, you ignorant C. You see how that turned so quickly? And that's the story that I have to tell. You see how that turned so quick. And I said, Russell, man, I must admit, I must hit a nerve. Thank you for bringing us here. You blacks, ignorant C. I bet you claim to be a Christian too. And that's where I left it. That's where I left it. Because what that showed me was you can't argue and deal with people that are that far gone in terms of trying to have a civil discussion with. You see how the tenor of that whole conversation turned. Oh, but wait, it gets better. And then I'm gonna get out of here for the segment. It's making me laugh. It really is. Because this is a dude I went to high school with. And that's why I phrased it the way that I did. Oakland, Monroe, Dallas. This is that Monroe part. And oh, by the way, this is the cat that has called me the N-word before. I bet he doesn't remember that. Him and his brother. Yes. And in the neighborhood that they lived in back in Monroe. I don't know if they still live there or not. But yeah, it was one of those types of neighborhoods. Yeah. And then here's the coup de grace, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the coup de grace. Last one. This dude says, Willie Epting Jr., go back to Africa and eat bugs. We don't want you here. And I was like, Philip, but I grew up in California and then moved to Louisiana. What do you mean? How do you like that? And then here's the biggest thing, because my feelings are not hurt. They're not, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want your feelings to be hurt either. We should continue to be outraged. And for Russell Ledbetter to say what he said and call me out of my name the way that he did is totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. As you could tell that the way the conversation started out, it was relatively civil, but I knew who I was dealing with. And I knew that if I had came back with an intelligent response, I was going to get an ignorant answer. And that is exactly what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, white supremacy is real. You just witnessed. You just heard it. For everybody out there that's watching, you just saw it and read it for yourself. For everybody that's listening, you just heard me read it. These are comments that were pointed towards me for what? Because I made a factual post. And it ruffled the feathers of the savior that they worship because it was facts. If it was Barack Obama that had done this, you know what? Throw the book at him. If it was Bill Clinton that had done this, throw the book at him. If it was Nancy Pelosi, throw the book at her. Joe Biden, throw the book at them all. But don't act like the facts of the one person that you worship supersedes the fact that these other cats are untouchable. Y'all come back here to the side of the break. Willie Epting Jr., ShakeBack Sports Show. I'm going to come back and holler at y'all.